Hello. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Surprise live stream. Although I did sort of put a notification out, it just wasn't like hours ahead of time. I think it was just like 40 minutes or so ahead of time. So I might just blab away because I do have something I want to talk about. I definitely have something I want to discuss with everyone out here. Hopefully, without being too Hi, Brandon. Hi. How are you? How's your Saturday going? I do have some music playing in the background. Uh, Energy Attraction. I have playing in the background. So I'm just going to wait a little bit. Hello, 40 today? A gift I want, a tarot reading. You gotta sign up. You gotta give yourself that gift. Sign up to my Patreon, I'll give you a tarot reading. How's that? That's a nice gift. Sign up to my Patreon. It's not fair for me to do tarot readings for the people that are in my Patreon, to do free tarot readings for people that are not in my Patreon. Because people in my Patreon pay for the tarot reading. So I have to be respectful of that. It's not out of greed. I'm actually trying to be a very ethical business person. Yeah. Um, so, yes, you're very welcome. Very welcome to join my Patreon. And speaking of that, let me post my Patreon for you guys, for anyone who's interested in taking a peek or a look at it. I've also pinned my fundraiser because I am being sued due to my previous political activism, and I do come on here, though I can't really talk about the lawsuit. I enjoy these live streams. I don't just do them to fundraise. Like, even after the court case is over, I'm hoping to continue doing them if I still have a channel. But I enjoy these live streams. I enjoy the energy of people. I enjoy the discussions that we have here. Hello. Hello, hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you for coming in. The topic today is a little bit interesting, but yes. So, yes, there's a fundraiser pinned at the top. The fundraiser is also in the description. Please like, share, and subscribe. I am trying to raise funds to get a lawyer for the lawsuit that I'm currently involved in. So yes, like, share, subscribe. Thank you. Hello, Logan. All right. So something happened yesterday. I do have some notes which I might be referring to here every now and then because I don't want to go off track and I don't want to rant too much. But this is definitely worth doing a live stream about. As you all know, I used to be a political activist, and I'm kind of taking this channel in a direction of spirituality, personal development, however way you wish to name it or to view it. But something happened yesterday when I began to spiritually gain consciousness or awareness during the lockdowns and the mandates and the COVID stuff. A lot of us were very isolated. I'm no special than anyone else, and I'm no different than anyone else. But a lot of my interactions, or like, I found a lot of people online to be very interesting. Suddenly, people who were very spiritual appeared. They started to appear on my feed. I don't even know how. They started to appear on my feed, and they were talking about things that were very relevant to things that I was going through or things that I was feeling. So I followed these people, and there's two prominent ones. I follow a lot of people from various different backgrounds, from scientific backgrounds who touch on spirituality, from very religious backgrounds who touch on spirituality. Like, I don't really just limit it to one or two people. But the prominent person or people that I follow were in the States. I believe one of them is in California. I don't know where the other one is. She tends to travel a lot. But this guy in California happens to be half Egyptian, which I found to be fascinating. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool, that he's half Egyptian and he's half American. Sorry, half Canadian. He escaped Canada to LA, and he was an illegal alien for the longest time. I think he was just recently granted a green card, actually. I'm not going to mention his name. I really hope, I'm not trying to identify him, I'm just trying to explain a little bit what drew me to him. He was very awake, and I connected a lot. And I tried to get a reading with him, but his prices were ridiculous. Like he charges $300 for like 30 minutes. So I just decided to follow this person on various platforms. I've been following him for 3 years. I believe I've been following him for 3 years, and the other lady as well, and I enjoy them. Even when I disagree with them, I don't feel the need to attack. I don't feel the need to be heard and post. Though there was one time that I really kind of had to say something. But other than that, I'm just quiet. When he says something that I don't agree with or I don't like, I just ignore and I take the other messages. That's what I kind of do. But he was good. He was good. I follow him on YouTube. I followed him on YouTube. I followed him on Instagram, and I followed him on Facebook. I believe he also has a TikTok account. He's quite famous. He's quite known. Not trying to dump on anyone. I really want to put this disclaimer out. Not trying to ruin his reputation, which is why I'm not going to mention his name. Nor am I here to get attention or get feed off of his anything. But something happened that I have noticed before. Even before I began to spiritually wake up, I was following a few spiritual people, or people who do tarot, or people who read palms, or people who, they read tea leaves. And many of them were in the province that I'm in, and it was around the time that Trump got elected, and I noticed the contamination begin. Oh, Trump this and the Trumpian, and the Trump and every other post by this woman or her group, which was focused on spirituality, was taking a jab at Trump or Trump supporters or right wingers or these people. So I'm like, this is not spirituality. This is not spirituality. You are not spreading any kind of message that spirit would condone, would agree with. Sorry. So I left. But that's when I started to notice spiritual groups that were infiltrated, contaminated. I don't really know what you want to call it. But considering people have come on here, onto my channel, onto this channel, yeah, the anti-Trump craziness, but this also falls under identity politics, which is why I titled today's topic, it is a mind virus. It's a mind virus because let's say you catch a cold, you don't go out and choose which virus you're going to get. You kind of get attacked, and then you struggle and you suffer and you recover. Unfortunately, mind viruses don't operate with this much clarity. People are not aware that they have caught a mind virus, but it is no different. It's a mind virus. It is highly, highly, highly more contagious than any virus out there. The people wearing masks and goggles afraid of COVID, unfortunately, a lot of them have an infected mind with this mind virus. And I really felt the need to come on here and do this, and I'm very aware that this topic is going to bring me a lot of unwanted negative attention, possibly hatred and accusations of racism or whatever you want to call it. Some sort of ism is going to be thrown at me, including denialism of something. And I'm fine with that because that is all projection, 100% projection. So that's when I began to see the infiltration happen. And as you guys know, the political divide, including the divide over the pandemic, has occurred worldwide across every aspect of society. It's not limited to one aspect. It's not limited uh, to um, to politics. As you can see with COVID, the divide has occurred right down to family members, right down to a man and his wife, right down between parents and their children. That's how deep the divide has occurred. So to see spiritual communities being contaminated with the mind virus really has opened my eyes that there's a lot of fake spirituality out there. And considering people have come onto this channel and accused me of spreading toxic spirituality, which I don't believe I do. I really do not believe I do. Nor do I see it in the people that are here, that are attracted to this channel. They are very high vibe people, very positive people, because I do tarot and I do oracle. Rather, this is their own projection of something that they are judging because they misunderstand it, because they have labeled it, because there is a prejudice towards it. Tarot and oracle readings are nothing but a tool, just like palm reading, tea leaf reading, whatever you want, whatever fun. It's supposed to be fun, not evil. What we read is energy. The way we read the energy is a tool. And that is separate because we are individuals and spirit connects with us in various ways. Because we are individuals, we're not a collective. So you can't collectivize all tarot readers are evil. Are there charlatans? 100%. I've said this before. But there are charlatans in everywhere. There are charlatan physicians. You know, there are charlatan politicians. So I don't want to go too much off topic, but I've joined spiritual communities that are extremely filled with hatred. And when I dug deeper into that spiritual community, I noticed that there are Black Lives Matter infiltrated. They would call America the KKK, America KKK, they would say. And they're American. They're American. And they're crapping on their own country. So that's not necessarily a spiritual group. So I began to be able to decipher which is actually spiritual, spreading spiritual knowledge, spreading the light, shining awareness, helping people individually, not spreading a mind virus and collectivism and collective mentality and hatred. I'm very sensitive, and I have been from a very young age, to the energy of hate. And I believe that's one of the reasons I'm here. And I've talked about this, whenever there's an increase in the energy of hatred, especially in the area that I'm in, I suffer. I begin to struggle and I begin to channel a lot. Like the energy, I begin to expel it out. But that's a different topic. So I was watching this spiritual guy yesterday that I follow and that I've been following for over 3 years, who is gay, which is great. I think so, excellent. That someone who's half from my part of the world, which is Egypt, which is North Africa, before people start accusing me of racism. I am half North African. All right? Let me get that out of the way right now. He had an interesting post. And I saw this post on Facebook, and then I saw it again on Instagram, and then I saw it on YouTube. And he posted it in all caps. It was like big, when someone's yelling? That's how he posted it. And he said, in 20 minutes, I'm going to do a video that's going to go viral, he said. And please check back in 20 minutes because this is from God. This is a message that God is speaking through me. I used to like this guy until about a few months ago. He really replaced the word universe with the word God. And he really began speaking as, I guess, a prophet, as someone who has direct communication with God. And I started to have issues a little bit. But I still tried to listen. I still tried to be open minded up until yesterday. After yesterday, I really felt the need to. I really did feel the need to unfollow. And I unfollowed him on all of the platforms. And now I'm going to give him another chance. But I think I'm going to wait a few months, maybe half a year, before I go back and check on him. But he began to speak in the name of God, and the post said that God came to me, and there's a message, and it's going to go viral. But this is a message from God, and I want you to hear it. And and he kept saying that he speaks in the name of God. So I came back in 20 minutes. There was nothing. So I waited a little bit longer, and he got everyone excited. Everyone was excited to hear this message because he speaks and he connects with us. You know, he has that talent, which I am grateful for. Uh, but then he did the video. And it wasn't a long one, it was a fairly short video. And the message in his video was that God came to him and told him that the chosen people are black people. That the chosen people right now are black people because they have suffered the most, more than anyone on this planet with regards to persecution. His video was about 2 minutes long. Complete nonsense, utter nonsense about how black people are the chosen ones by God and how this is the message that came to him. I was taken aback. I'm not because I'm a racist, not because I'm a racist. That's not the reason I was taken aback, but because I could see what he was doing. What he was doing is no different than any political corrupt leader right now, and it is no different than any religion or book that has been corrupted throughout the history of humanity. And I waited, and I got. I'm not going to tell you I did. It's not anger, but I got disappointed in him, and I began to see the comments. Usually, a lot of the comments are support and love, but then, as you can as you would expect from any identity politic engaging post, any identity politics engaging human being, it's going to draw a lot of divisiveness. There was a lot of divisiveness going on. There was a lot of hatred because there was a lot of people who are not brainwashed, but affected by this virus, that black people are superior right now and we need to avenge them at the cost of everything. And I don't believe that, nor do I believe that black people are the most persecuted people throughout history. I absolutely do not believe that. That is a very skewed and very narrow way of looking at things, and it comes from living in one part of the world. If you come from my part of the world, I can tell you right now that the most persecuted minority is women. Women, until this day, in my part of the world, are dying in order to get an ounce of freedom or equality, or to even show their face or their hair. You also have a previous message from before, but before I go into that, I actually did comment, and I said that God is then a racist identity politics playing entity, no different than the rest. And immediately I was targeted, and I was called this and I was called that. The post descended into absolute chaos, as you would expect. That is the definition of toxic spirituality. That is not a message of any kind of spirituality. If you really, really understood spirituality, you would know that we are all equal in the eye of any higher force. The higher force, you yourself right now, if you're a black human being, true spirituality, practicing it, you would know that you lived many, many lives before as both genders, and probably as every ethnicity on this planet. Black, white, Asian, whatever you want to call it. Every religion. And you were persecuted. So, who's the chosen one? You tell me. Is that a message of spirituality? Putting one group of people on top of another group of people and empowering them based on victimhood based on of some sort of perceived, I'm not saying that they're not persecuted, they were, but so are other different groups of people. Children are persecuted, they've been persecuted throughout history, they are still being persecuted in my part of the world and less civil parts of the world. There are different groups of people. This, it's such a narrow way of looking at things, and I truly can't believe that he came on and said that that's a message from God, that black people are the chosen ones. I'd like to remind people that at some point in history, Jewish people were the chosen ones. And I'm not, you people are, I hope people don't misunderstand what I'm about to say. But before I came here and did this live stream, I made a post on my Facebook discussing this. And I said, nobody, beware of the people who come and talk to you in the name of God. Be aware of these people, especially if the message that is coming through is very divisive. You'll feel it in your heart. You'll feel it in your heart even if it's sugar-coated as something pretty. You'll know something is wrong here, and you don't need to react. You don't need to respond and get angry. But the knowing, you'll feel it inside of you. Follow that knowing. And I posted that, and immediately some Christian folk started quoting the Bible, and then somebody disagreed with me, and he said, no, the Jewish people, according to the Torah, the Jewish people are the chosen ones. And I can tell you right now, from my part of the world, the Muslim people are the chosen ones. All right? So who's chosen? And who's doing the choosing? They're chosen by whom? What are you chosen for? What were the Jewish people, what are the black people chosen for? What's the job? What's the task? What's the measurement? Who's going to measure this task when it gets accomplished? Are the Jewish people chosen for life until eternity? That's a heavy burden on one group of people, don't you think? That's a lot of burden. Wouldn't they want some assistance in this task? In this chosen task that they have to deliver? What is this? Can someone explain to me what this is other than identity politics? When you argue with someone that we are the chosen ones, what are you chosen for? What are you arguing for? What is this but a battle of ego? Who gives a crap what you're chosen for? What are you doing in this world? And then comes the message of collectivism. Are you a bunch of sheep? Are you a bunch of cows? Are all black people the same? Which shade of black are we talking about? I'm North African. Am I a chosen one? What if you're black but born albino? What, are you not chosen anymore? You're not considered are you black or not? I mean, you're white. You're albino. So what? Should you feel inferior because you're not chosen? Which shade of black? Black? Like really, really black? Midway black? What if you're half black, half white? What does that make you? I can't believe this nonsense. I can't believe it. And the people arguing for it. Yeah, of course the people supporting the post. Yeah, I saw God and she was a black woman. I'm like, oh great. So God now is black and female. It's not just one identity politics. We got more than. Are they also LGBT? What about the LGBT? You know, the LGBT folk are persecuted in my part of the world. Are they also chosen? Chosen? They're the chosen ones. Sorry, I'm going to stop for a second to catch a breath and to read some of the comments. From the beginning of time until now, what? Enjoy. Oh my God, you guys are on your own discussion. Is anyone listening? I got lipstick on my teeth. Bob's the chosen one. Yeah, exactly. Bob's the chosen one. You guys are talking about Chile. Hello from Ottawa. I'm watching the Freedom Anniversary live stream from. Yeah, I don't really want to get into the Freedom Convoy. That's another egoic situation that's unraveling in Canada right now. I was a college physics teacher. I saw this mind virus phenomena in colleagues and got disgusted. It is disgusting, Patrick. Thank you for your comment, honey. I do agree. But when you start seeing it infiltrate spiritual community and literally hijack this guy, I love this man. I'm not even angry at him. I don't even know what happened to him. Like, how can you be enlightened and at the same time be unaware like this? And then start talking and bringing this mind virus and contaminating, saying that this is God's message. Holy moly. Everyone's here for a purpose. You are an individual. And that's the other thing I wanted to get into. This collectivist jargon, this collectivist rubbish. Black people aren't all the same. They're not a monolith. Jewish people are not a monolith. Nobody is a monolith. No one group of people are a monolith. We are individuals. Everyone is an individual. This black person has a completely different way of seeing things and thinking than this other black person, unless, of course, they're affected with the mind virus right now. But even still, you're not a sheep. You're not a collective. You guys, please, please, wake up. Wake up. We escaped all this. People like me escaped the Middle East because of this collectivism. Because of this is dangerous. Very dangerous and a very slippery slope. And the people arguing, like, you can't start this. We can't recycle history all over again. The Jewish people, okay, your Torah says that you are, and Jesus said, oh, that's the other thing. He said that Jesus was black, and Jesus was trying to give the message that black people were the chosen ones. Okay, I don't even know where you're getting this from, but I don't think so. I'm sorry. I just don't think so. I don't even need any evidence. Just, it doesn't feel right. When the Torah, the person on my Facebook arguing with me, being respectfully argumentative, I'll give him that much. But this rigidity in thought, you have to snap out of it already. This is indoctrination, and it has led you nowhere. The people who keep saying the Jewish people are chosen ones, bear with me here. Where did this lead the Jewish people? I'm not saying that they deserve what happened to them, but Hitler came along. The Holocaust came along. How many Jewish people, who knows, 6 million plus, were gassed, killed, snuffed, the life snuffed out of them. I don't know why, but I can tell you that saying that I'm the chosen one doesn't help your cause. It just doesn't. Nor does being a victim help your cause. You're not special. Let's learn a little bit from history. Let's not repeat history. Please. I'm not trying to be political, and I'm definitely not an anti-Semite. Jewish people are human beings just like I'm a human being. They should not be collectivized just like I don't want to be collectivized. There is also another thing I would like to mention. We're the chosen ones. You're going to find it in every book. The people who think they're chosen in my part of the world are the Islamists. And look at the wave of Western Islamization that is being forced down your throat right now. How does it feel? What? Who does the choosing? But this is it, Ray. Sorry, I don't know why your comment was hidden, Ray guy. This is what I'm saying. This is what I am asking. Who's doing this choosing? Who wrote in the book that this group of people, sheep, I'm gonna merge this group of people together like a bunch of sheep, and they're the chosen ones? Who? God? Which God? What God? Which God? Which is why the term God disturbs me. Like, you can name it whatever you want, but don't start speaking in the name of a deity. Don't do it. Don't do it. When I speak, when I deliver a message, I say it's my higher self that comes to me. It's the universe that communicates with me. My higher self, me. deliver the message to me. And usually it's very, like, unless it's something urgent like today, and that's more of a, I don't even want to know, I don't even want to say it's a message, but it's just an awareness. How can you not see this? How can you speak of the name of God and start segregating people and start this divisiveness? It's disturbing to me that after all these years, after events like the Holocaust, after events like slavery, after witnessing the misogyny and the ethnic cleansing that happened, we are still doing this? We are still repeating history. Wow. And where do I see this? In a spiritual community. Of all the places, spirituality. I don't know. I really don't know. Nothing is more racist than to claim chosen, but chosen for what? This is what I want to know. Chosen for what? What are you chosen for? What? When you, this is engaging ego. You're engaging an ego. What are you chosen for? What are you doing? What are you doing to increase awareness in humanity and help humanity other than telling me that you're the chosen one? What are you doing? His post, black fists under his post. I'm like, that's it? You're gonna put a black fist? That's you being chosen? Oh, and the other thing is, this guy is gay. Listen, I'm not trying to dump on gay people. I'm not trying to dump on this guy. I really am not. But it was such a contaminated message. So contaminated, so low vibe. Somebody commented on it and he said, once you go black, you never go back. And the guy, this spiritual guy, liked that post. And I'm like, so what is it? You want black dick? Is that it? Is that what you're missing in your life? I like, what is this? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Please stop. Stop the identity politics, garbage, rubbish, poison. It's a cancer. It's a metastatic cancer. It's a mind virus. Stop spreading it. Please, I beg of you. I realize I'm ranting. I realize there's a lot of heavy energy here, but this message needs to come through. Please, if you like, I'd appreciate it if you shared my video, share my message. Share it. You don't have to share the video itself, but be aware of the level of identity politics and the push that is going on right now. It is happening everywhere. Don't just go with the flow. Pay attention. There's more than just COVID going around right now. So, but I think that's it. Let me look at I didn't even look at my notes. I just started ranting, ranting, ranting. Who's out of balance? I'm out of balance? What do you mean out of balance? La 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 la. Oh, yes, that's the other thing I saw under his post. When he, like I said, it all broke into like a hell, a chaotic hell with the comments. But then you started seeing the bickering. What about indigenous people? What about these people? What about this is the victimhood ladder? I'm more victim than you. And I'm like, okay, here goes. Now we're gonna get started with who's more chosen and who's more special based on the victimhood that humans have perpetuated forever and a day on each other. That was the other thing that I noticed under his post. Everyone wanted their 2 cents worth of acknowledgement of victimhood and that they are special and chosen because at some point they suffered in life. People forget that we are here to awaken. This world, this realm that you are living in is nothing but a school. You're not here to live a pampered, happy life. You are here to experience it all. You are here to suffer. You are here to struggle. You are here to experience sickness. You are here to experience health. You are here to experience death. You are here to experience it all and learn. Not to play victimhood and say I'm special and I'm chosen. That's not why we're here. That's not why we're here. If that's why you're here, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. You can go become chosen and preach chosen, being chosen to the world. Chosen to do what? Nobody knows. Until this day, I don't know. I really don't know what this whole chosen thing is. And he didn't even say when he said that black people were chosen ones. I'm like, but chosen to do what? You didn't finish. You didn't tell us what they're here to choose to do. Um, you guys are talking about traveling. Okay, is anybody listening? What else in my notes? Let me see. Yeah, we talked about chosen by whom and the victimhood, using victimhood, which is the politician. This is what politicians have been doing to us since the beginning of time. This group is victim, they need special protection on top of this group, and you marginalize. You start marginalize. Every generation we marginalize a group of people because this group of people needs their rights, and we need to strip the rights of other people so that this group of people can feel like they have more rights. Cogito, ergo sum, Ray Guy. Okay, good, good, good. Thank you for listening. But yeah, that's really it. That's that's all I'm here to talk about. Actual toxic spirituality, which has nothing to do with tarot reading. It has nothing to do with tarot reading. Tarot reading is the most positive thing you can ever envision. Like, I can't tell you how blissful and meditative tarot reading is, and how it's high vibrational. That's the way I see it. At least the way I read it. I don't know if there are tarot. Sorry. I don't know if there are tarot readers out there that try to scare people, but that's not me. That's not what I do. And that's definitely not toxic spirituality. You want to see toxic spirituality? Yeah, that's go look at the rubbish that I've had to unfollow over the past few years. But the biggest thing that I want to warn people about is the mind virus. The mind virus is one that really is the one that you have to start paying attention to. Yeah. Oh my God, they're talking about butter. Oh, real what? Over marginalization, Ray. You're trying to be funny. Okay, sorry. I'm like, how are we talking about butter? Logan, I think all of us ought to focus on we are all part of one infinity with individual identities. But this is exactly it. Source, the universe, um, is consciousness is arising through the planet right now, not through collectivism. Every perspective is very, very important. And when you start collectivizing groups of people, you lose the perspectives of the individuals in each of those groups of people, especially if you're being a racist. God isn't a racist. Source doesn't see color. Source might communicate with you through light and through different colors. But source does not see skin color. That's not source. That is not source. Because source is expressing itself in this world through all shapes, through all forms, through all like human humans, all colors, all ethnic groups, all disabled humans, abled humans, athletes, babies, teenagers. There is no one special group. We are all the expression of source. We are all the expression of source. How can you say this group is more expression of source than that group? Because they have black skin. What kind of message is this? What are you saying? My gosh, wake up. Please, wake up. How many minutes have I been ranting about whatever it is I'm ranting about? Toxic spirituality. C's character. It's more than that. It's your soul. Your soul is. It's not about character, because I don't want to tell you, like, I've always been a human being. I've always had morals. But I'm not going to tell you that I didn't get sidetracked here and there. But source, or your higher self, is always trying to get your attention. It's always trying to get your attention. And when you experience strife in life, instead of identifying, and that's the other thing, people identify with their illnesses. People identify with, for me, it was being abducted in Saudi Arabia and living under radical Islam. Oh, woe is me. I had to cover my face against my will. Oh, woe is me. But that's when the universe began to reach, and I think I've explained this to you guys before. You become humbled. You become humbled. We are not here alone. You did not create yourself. We are here to co-create with the universe. And the universe is constantly trying to send you messages, life events, situations, including horrible, horrible things that you can see as punishment, that you can see as some form of judgment, that you can decide to hold on to become a victim. We do things as human beings because we don't understand why we are here, because we don't understand why horrible things happen to us and happen around us, why babies die, why sickness occurs. We don't understand it. You're being nudged by the universe to realize that you are not alone, that you need to merge with the universe, with your higher self, and you need to find it, and your ego needs humbling. Your ego that attaches itself to skin tone and to the indigenous land and to, oh, woe is me, I have chronic pain, and oh, woe is me, I was abducted. That's the ego attaching itself to something and sidetracking you from why you're here. You are here to co-create with the universe. You are part of the universe. You are the expression of source. You are not a victim. And a group of people are not chosen over another group of people because of their skin color. It's not. It's just not. That's a very, very contaminated, poisonous, divisive message. It's just not. Do you have a channel, Brandon? What else? Nobody, everyone's talking about something else. Okay. Well, I'm glad I provide you guys a place to connect and start talking about stuff. But yeah, self-pity is true self-sabotage because it takes away from your power. It takes away from your power. We forget why we're here. We just forget. We forget why we're here. And all these events that occur to us that we decide to judge and attach ourselves to and associate victimhood with, and persecution and being chosen and whatever you want to call it, they happen for a reason. And I know this is a saying that people don't like, but that's the ego that doesn't like that saying. The ego is just, and the ego eventually is not your enemy. What happened to people like me during COVID is our ego was destroyed. My ego was dismantled during COVID. Dismantled completely. And it is only when that ego gets humbled that you begin to see and you begin to pay attention to the universe and to the communication that's happening. The communication for me was happening throughout my life. I just couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand it because I was busy. My mind was very, very busy with other things. And the other thing that you need to understand is this mind virus is a form of thought. And the evolution that we are currently going through takes us beyond thought. The people like me that are constantly meditating and quieting our minds and identifying toxic thoughts, like the thought that black people are the chosen ones. That's toxic. You can't. You have to realize that that's a very toxic thought, and you shine the light on that thought. What does shining the light mean? I have a thought jabbering in my brain right now telling me to get angry at this person and go shit all over their timeline and tell them that they're a racist. Instead of doing that and allowing yourself to engage in this very, very poor behavior, look at the thought that is in your mind, that is a gremlin eating away at your consciousness, eating away at your energy, engaging your ego, and telling you to do these nasty things. Would you do these things in public if there was no internet? Would you begin attacking people who disagreed with you? Would you begin attacking people who say something different from what you believe or what you think? Would you turn them into enemies? Do you have that power? Outside of the internet, do you have that courage? Can you? And if you do, then I feel bad for you. Then you have been completely taken over by toxic thought. Because toxic thought floods you with toxic emotion. And toxic emotion builds and builds and builds and builds until the point of complete explosion. Like a volcano, you erupt. And that's when you begin to see things like abuse of spouse, abuse of animals, abuse of children, murder, crime. That's all toxic thought that has taken over people's minds, and people lack awareness. There is no evil. There is no such thing as evil. There is a bunch of unconscious human beings unaware of their minds, unaware of their thoughts. Shine the light of awareness on a thought that is troubling you. The more you say to the thought, I see you, I don't want to interact with you, don't fight with it. Shine the light of awareness on it. I see the thought. This is not a good thought. I'm aware of this thought. I will not act on this thought. I am not my thoughts. That's all you need to do. That's all people like me are here to tell you. We are going to a place beyond thought. And that place is higher love. That's why people like us get crucified and get called witches and burnt alive. People don't like this message. They prefer to be chosen because they're black or Jewish or Muslim. I think I'm tired from talking. Cogito ergo sum. Picking a chosen people is from the Bible. It's exclusionary, insane language. It is, but good luck convincing. Like on my Facebook, I already have people arguing with me that we are the chosen ones, and then no, this group of people are the chosen ones. And then the people that think they're chosen are laughing at the comments of the other people that think they're chosen. And these people who know that they're chosen are angry at these people who think they're chosen. I'm like, you don't see it. You don't see it. You're engaging in it. You're playing in it. You're slinging mud at each other. Because of this rubbish. Because of this identity politics, garbage, collectivist jargon. Which we've been in forever. Humanity has been in it. What are religions but this? And I'm not trying to crap on your religion, I'm sorry. If you have strong faith, good for you. Especially if it's like actual strong faith, not indoctrination and rigidity in thought. What? There are 4 lights. When a lack of purpose plagues an entire society, that society will take it amongst itself to create a false purpose onto itself and all those around it. Look at the world. Look at the West. Look at the West. The LGBT people believe they're persecuted. Here. I don't know how. I don't know how the LGBT people, and to the point that they're beginning to persecute others. They are beginning to bully and I'm not collectivizing, not all the LGBT clearly, but these groups, these prominent groups that are empowered by the government right now, and that have been radicalized through very, very poor messaging, they are doing the same thing that was done to them, to other people. They're marginalizing people. They're accusing you of this and that and the other. I don't know. You don't force yourself onto people. You don't demand respect from people. You show respect. You treat people with kindness and with love and with honesty and integrity. And guess what comes back to you? The same. The same. The same. So I don't know. Like, you want to see persecution of LGBT and women? Go to my part of the world. Go try that. Go try it there. See, if I was living in my part of the world, I would be doing that video saying that the most that God came to me and said that the chosen people are women, or gay people or something, because these are the people that are highly persecuted and have been since the beginning of the religion that is Islam, as well as ex-Muslims, or we are condemned to death if we leave the religion. So that means I'm chosen. I just don't know what we're chosen to do. I'm still waiting for that part. Maybe that's video number 2. That's video number 2. We'll know what we're chosen to do, and then we'll begin the task. Anyway, I think I should probably shut up now. I've been ranting nonstop for 50 minutes. That's all I wanted to say. I identify as carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, and sulfur. Well, it is what it is. But I did want to say that's what I wanted to talk about today. It was really urgent because I found it a little bit, I don't know, disturbing. I was a little bit shocked that somebody who claims to have awareness is not aware, is absolutely not aware, and to see humans perpetuating the same stuff that has landed us exactly where we're at right now. We still haven't learned our lesson. We still haven't learned our lesson. And the people who are trying to wake humanity up, we I don't know who that is. Yeah. Thank you, Rai or Ray or Patrick LaBelle. Thank you. You are so right. I don't care about being right or wrong. You can disagree with me. I need to make this very clear. I don't get upset when people disagree with me. You can disagree, but disagree with me in a way that makes sense. Convince me. Don't quote the Torah. Don't quote the Quran. Don't quote Jesus. Please. Well, you can quote Jesus, but make it make sense. Make it make sense. Don't guilt me. Guilting doesn't work. Intelligently, with awareness, let's have a discussion. But there are people on my Facebook telling me that they disagree with me because the Torah says that the Jewish people are the chosen ones. I really wanted to comment and say, and where did that land the Jewish people? Where did that land them? You can't do this. You can't keep repeating this. You can't. We have to learn. We have to stop this. We're here to change. We're here to ascend. We're here to spread awareness, not a bunch of rubbish from the past. And keep repeating history and keep telling people that you are special because you're from this race and you're more important than you are from that race. Because you're from that race or your gender or whatever. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if you're green. Okay? Show me exactly what it is you're chosen for and how you're going to accomplish this task. But this is it. Disagree. You can. It's not like you're not allowed to disagree. It's fine. Disagree all you want. But let's be respectful with each other, and let's disagree at the same level of intellect without slinging mud. Without, oh, you're a witch. Oh, you do tarot. Oh, you're a toxic spiritual human being. How? Why? Why? This is all judgment being projected. All of it. At least I came on here and I expressed to you with reason and with logic why that saying that black people are the chosen ones is horrendous. It does black people a significant disservice. Significant disservice. Black people aren't sheep. You can't lump them all together. Black people are individuals. Respect that fact. Respect that. Just like LGBT people are individuals. They're not a monolith. Black people are not a monolith. Muslims are not a monolith. We are individuals. But this is exactly it. Exactly. I don't need some spiritual guru guy with 7,000 likes on his posts to tell me how to think. I have my own way of thinking. Thank you. He can say what he does, and I feel sad for the everyone who's agreeing with him, especially black people, because you've just demoted yourself to the level of sheep. You're not a herd. You're an individual person. And if you're going to empower yourself through egotistical manners, go for it. Good luck with that one. Good luck with all that. Ascension in individuality obtains higher understanding, which is why I've been locking myself at home for 3 years doing my own thing. Thank you, Andre. Thank you, Andre, my dear. Thank you, everyone who's been here. Just a reminder that there is a fundraiser associated, and I know I've been very charged in my discussion, but it comes from love. It comes from love, and it comes from love to all ethnicities and all groups and all genders and everyone. It doesn't come from a place of discrimination or racism. And I know that's probably what's going to be thrown at me. And it will be thrown at me, and that's fine. It's all good. People project what they are. So there is a fundraiser associated here, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you again for your energy. I'm sorry if I was very, very passionate during 2222. What's that? 44, 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 is my life path number. So I guess I better, that's my cue to end this live stream. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, everyone, for your energy, for your time, for tuning in. So leave me comments, and let's see what our next topic is going to be. Thank you again, and I do love you all.